welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do a tutorial using some of my favorite products from 2016. I have recently shared with you what those favorites are, so I decided to put them all together into a tutorial so you guys can see how these products apply, because I didn't really show how they went on the skin. I just had them on throughout the videos where I was talking about them and basically giving you mini reviews of each product. So I thought this would be kind of fun to do. I decided to go with something very sparkly and very glittery because I have discovered some amazing glitter eyeshadows. The Moondust eyeshadows from Urban Decay are absolutely incredible, and I talked about those in my favorite products for the eyes video, which I will have them linked throughout this video. You'll see little cards pop up for those videos, so if you haven't seen them, you can tune in and see what those favorites are. But this is the look that I came up with today. It's actually pretty easy. It's a few little steps that you have to do, but this is something that you can do for any occasion, really. And even though it's the new year, I decided to do my first tutorial for the year using something sparkly and fun, something that brought me some happiness. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this type of video. I know I've done this style before using like my favorite products for the month, or get ready with me using new products. So I figured, why not do that with my best in beauty for 2016. So if you want to see how to do the look, then keep watching. Alright guys, so we're going to start with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is going to just add some moisture, and it's also going to prime the skin before I go in with my foundation. I have really enjoyed it. As I've talked about these products in my Best in Beauty videos, you will hear more about those products in those videos dedicated to that. Next, I'm going in with my foundation. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I wear the shade 3.25, which is just a touch light for me right now. But I'm going to make it work with bronzer like I always do every day. And I like to use the Dampen Beauty Blender method to apply it. I think it helps sort of glide over the skin. It blends in really nicely, and it doesn't really cling to any of my dry patches, which I do get them primarily around my chin area. But this Beauty Blender really does help with applying, blending, and absorbing excess products. So I do highly recommend the investment in a Beauty Blender. I think it works, and it really does make a difference. Then I'm going in with the Pixie Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. This is what I like to use to brighten up my under eye areas because I do have dark circles. Some days it's worse than others. So this product does come in handy, and I do like to apply it with a brush. This is a synthetic brush from Real Techniques. And then I go in with the Real Techniques mini sponges that have been dampened as well to blend that in. And I actually did forget to put concealer over this. I would have used the Smashbox Studio Skin Concealer, but I don't know what I was thinking that day, so you won't see that product in this video. But I am using that product with a pencil brush to conceal my blemishes. And this, I had some blemishes here, but recently they've gotten really bad, which is why my videos have been a little bit off in upload, because my skin has been going crazy. But I like to use this pencil brush because it helps sort of pinpoint exactly where I need to use the concealer, instead of like slathering it all over my face. And then I'm using a Beauty Blender, the blusher that has been also dampened with water, to blend everything in and make sure that it's seamless and that you can't really see the spots of concealer on like random areas of my face. Then to set everything, I like to use the Bésame Brightening Setting Powder. This is the pink one, the Brightening Vanilla Rose, and I use this for the under eye area. Love this powder. It makes such a big difference with the way the under eye area looks. Very smooth, very bright, and also very matte, but not like dry, disgusting looking matte. It's like the perfect type of powder to use under the eye, and I do like to use a little bit of that over my eyelids as a priming step. And then to set the rest of my face, I use the Cinema Secrets Ultralucent Setting Powder, which is a very finely milled powder that does not feel like powder. It doesn't make the skin look cakey and powdery, which I love. And I use the big regular Beauty Blender for this, and I just sort of pounce the sponge all over my face and just kind of push that product into the skin. And because the sponge is damp, it's not going to look like powder on the skin, so that's a tip for you. Use it damp and you won't see that powdery finish. Then for brows, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Triangular Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Brown. I love this pencil because it's so easy to fill in my brows. It doesn't take a lot of time and effort. Medium brown is the perfect shade to go with my red tones in my hair. And I'm only going to show you one brow because it does take a little time, because I do like to get them as perfect as possible. So I like to use the triangular pencil to fill in my entire brow, and it helps fill in all the sparse areas. And because I have thicker brows, it's a good width on that pencil to help me get this done pretty quickly. And once I have everything pretty filled in as much as I'm happy with, I will go in with the Gimme Brow from Benefit, which is a brow gel type product. And I use the shade number 3. It does have a little color to it and also some fibers that help sort of volumize and give the appearance of thicker brows. And I love this product. I fell in love with it in September. Had to do a video all about it just on that because it's amazing. And then, of course, clear brow gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, the best brow gel that I've ever tried. And I like to use that to set my brows because I've got some crazy brows and they have a mind of their own. And here you can see the difference. And so I'm fast forwarding over and I'm moving on to bronzer. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer. And I like to use the e.l.f. complexion brush. It's a $3 brush that is absolutely incredible and it blends everything in. And of course, as you can see, I'm applying quite a bit of this and I'm not sort of contouring in a way with it, but I do add it in the hollows of the cheek just to kind of give me a little bit of structure to my face. But I'm also using it primarily as that bronzer type step because that foundation is just a touch light for me. So that's what I'm doing today. Moving on to blush, this is the Champagne Splits in the Procesco Pop and Amaretto by Becca Cosmetics in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. I'm using the Amaretto blush, and this is a dual fiber brush from the brand called Luxie that I got. I think that's what it's called. I got it in my Ipsy bag, and I'm just using that dual fiber brush to lightly add the color because in my cheek areas where my breakouts are, and I've applied concealer, and I'm trying my hardest not to lift the concealer, so I use the dual fiber, which is very soft and very lightweight on the skin. And then going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the shade Gleam. Absolutely love this. I can't say enough good things about this. I'm using the bottom 2 shades to give myself a beautiful glow. These are very pigmented, very creamy. The formula is pretty consistent through all 4 of the colors. And I'm using I think it's the blush brush from e.l.f. to apply that, and I apply it pretty much everywhere. It looks so beautiful, and that Crushed Pearl, which is the very lightest shade in that palette, is my absolute favorite one out of the bunch. I just think this kit is so worth the money. Next, moving on to the eyes, I'm going in with the white color in the Viseart matte palette, and I'm applying that all over the lid. And I already had a little bit on the other eye, so you won't see me doing that. So I'm applying that white shade from the lid all the way up to my brow. Then moving on to the peach. This is the second peach shade. There's 3 of them, so the middle one. And I'm going to just apply this all over the lid and into the crease to start creating a bit of dimension. Not too much because you don't really need a whole lot with this look. And I'm just sort of not being careful at all in the least, but I'm just slapping this on very quickly as I usually do because I got to get moving. And then I'm taking that same color, that peach, into the lower lash line with a pencil brush. This is a pencil brush from the Pink Elements collection from Zoeva. Then moving on to the lid, I'm taking this really beautiful gray color, and this is pigmented as all get out. Like, it doesn't really take a whole lot of layering for this color to show up, and it is such a beautiful color. So I'm applying that with a Sonia Kashuk brush all over my lids, and I'm bringing the color where it meets up into the crease area, not precisely into the crease itself, but right up there so there's not a space between like my lower lid area and where my crease is, natural crease area. And then I like to use a beauty blender to kind of pull my eye a little taut so that I can see exactly where I'm placing the product, because this is the only color we're doing on the lids. And once I have it on the lids, I will go in and blend it, as you will see here in a little bit. So there's not going to be a whole lot of color into the crease. So this is virtually a pretty easy look, just a couple steps. And as you can see, this color in particular, it is so, so good. Like, I just love this gray shade. And then what I'm going to do is take a pencil brush. This is the MAC 219, I believe. And I'm going to blend out those edges so it's not really harsh where it's like just the lid, and then when you look down, there's nothing in the crease. So this is going to start blending that color into the crease area without bringing it too high, and that's why I chose the pencil brush, because it's going to be more precise versus using something that's larger. Think of a classic crease brush that's bigger, larger, fluffier, that's going to move that color a little bit more around into the crease area. So I want to keep this pretty low. So I'm using a pencil brush for that, and then this is just a tapered crease brush. I believe it's from Delium Tools. It's not the best brush for this. In particular, those yellow handle brushes from Delium Tools, I find them to be a little bit kind of scratchy. But it was the first one that I picked up, so I went with it. And I'm using that to sort of add and blend at the same time in the crease area and keeping everything very soft and blended, which is very important for this look. Then taking that same pencil brush with the same gray color, I'm going to go into the lower lash line and start thickening up the lower lash line and making it very smoky and just really pretty. And I only used one color besides that peach that I initially put down on the lower lash line. So like I said, it's a very simple and easy look, but it just, you can even just do this like this, honestly. Put some liner on, throw some lashes, and you're done. But I wanted to do something a little bit better, which you will see here in a little while, just to kind of make this look a little bit better. And what I did was I took that white shade that I use on the lid on a big fluffy brush, and I went around the edges of the outer corner of the eye just to kind of get rid of any possible fallout, which there wasn't much, but it also will help perfect that shape and give it a bit more of a slant, like an angle to it. If that's what you want, you can do that with some eyeshadow. And then, of course, we're moving on to the best part. This is the Too Faced Glitter Glue Primer. Comes out clear or kind of like a white color. And when you apply it, it is clear. And I use my fingers to apply this and just pat it over the eyeshadow, directly over the eyeshadow. And then I'm going in with the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadow palettes. These are so incredibly awesome, you guys. So, so good. So I'm going to start with the bottom color, which is like a, kind of like a really dark, smoky type shade. And I did have a little mistake here as I'm getting too carried away with the glitter, which, by the way, I just use my fingers to apply. I think that's the best way to apply these. It's really simple and easy. Virtually no fallout when you use that glitter glue primer underneath. But going back to my little mistake, as you can see here, the color is actually the green one, because when I put the palette down and I used my finger, I wasn't really paying attention to where I was putting my finger. So as you can see here on this eye, this is the actual shade that I initially wanted to do, which is that smoky kind of gray color. And then obviously the other eye is different. It's more of a green, so I will fix it, no worries. But either one is beautiful. You can do either one if you have this palette. It's just, I love this. Like, I can't recommend this palette enough. And this is where I realized that I messed up. So here is the green color. It's a very bright, vivid green. So it's not like I could have played it off and just gone with two different eyes. So I fixed it, layered the green over the top, and that's it. Too easy to fix it, especially since, you know, I'm using it dry. It's not like it was wet or anything where it would have been a little bit more difficult. Then, of course, we have to tight line, and I'm using just a black liner. I believe this is the Bobbi Brown Longwear eyeliner. And going in with the Tarteist Clay Paint Liner. This is the black one. It comes in a squeezy tube. And I'm using an angled liner brush from Zoeva to line my upper lash line. And I did a very simple line. It wasn't super thick, but it wasn't super, super thin and natural. There was absolutely no wing to it. It was just very simple, just following my natural lash line. No big deal. You could do a wing. You could do liquid liner if you wanted to, but I love this liner, and it's really rich and black, and it's very creamy, works really well, and it's easy to use. And it's like a cross between a gel liner and a liquid liner. It's got sort of like a hybrid type of product. Really unique formula and very, very nice. And then, of course, my favorite mascara, the Tarteist Lash Paint. Couldn't complete the look without this mascara. This is my favorite. I have raved about this so much and highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite high-end mascaras. And I didn't do any false lashes today. Per the usual, I don't do a whole lot of false eyelashes just because with this mascara, I don't really feel like I need it because I have pretty long lashes, so I just skipped it, but you can go for it if you'd like. For the lower lash line, I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Wear mascara that I got from the Dollar Tree, which I need to go pick up another one. This is actually a really good mascara for lower lashes. It's not that great for the upper lashes, but if you're looking for something for the lower lash line that doesn't smudge and stays all day, there you go. Then for the lips, I'm using the LORAC Alter Ego Lip Gloss in the shade Bay. This is my favorite color, my favorite formula. This gloss is everything. That color is everything. I love it so, so much. And that is all that I'm using for the lips today in this video. And it's very pigmented, very creamy, very smooth, very glossy. It's everything that you want in a gloss and then some. And this is the completed look. All right, so that wraps up the entire look. This is the completed look. I absolutely love it. I love the eyes. The skin looks good. The lip, I just love that lip color, and that formula is absolutely incredible. So this is the entire face. I hope that you like this tutorial as much as I do. Can you tell that I really like this? This is definitely something that I can see myself doing a lot. I love that color, and it's quite funny that it was somewhat of an accident, this little green color. I meant to use the bluish kind of dark shade in there. And without paying attention, I just put my finger in the wrong color, and then one eye turned out to be a little bit more green than what I wanted, so I ended up having to do the other eye to match. But the end result is really pretty. I love the way that sort of sparkly blue-green color pops against that dark gray base that we put on underneath it. It's so fun. It's so easy, and I hope you guys liked it, because I do. I love it. Thank you so much for spending some of your day with me today. Don't forget to subscribe if you are a subscriber. Thank you so much, and I look forward to this new year having you on this makeup journey with me. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.